and Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago, coming from the 606 Media Studios. This is the TCSF podcast with Big Z, and this week it's just me and Stevie B from the No Water on the Weekend podcast. What up, Stevie B?
How's it going? Happy day.
Happy day. It was a beautiful day here in Chicago. And episode 190 is brought to you by 606 Media and True Chicago Sports Fans podcast and the page. Don't forget to go to greatclothingco.com and get your official TCSF podcast t-shirt. Search for keyword True Chicago and use our promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off your entire order. That is TrueFan15. Go and get your shirts now.
Do it. Buy me one too.
Yes, you do. You have a couple already. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or X, hit that subscribe button. And if you're on your favorite podcast app listening to this on Tuesday morning, remember to give us a 5-star review and favor us and share with your friends. Remember, you can also support the show with the monthly subscription at anchor.fm/True Chicago Sports Fans. Go over there and click on the support button, and you can subscribe for as little as 99 cents a month. Man. Stevie, how's your week, man?
Oh man, it's been pretty good. A lot of great sports this weekend. I know the Masters was this weekend. I'm not a big golf person, so I know that was going on. Baseball is going to be one of the topics today, so some baseball and just a lot of family stuff this weekend. Family oriented. Celebrated my grandfather's birthday on my mom's side, and that was fun. And then UFC, man. UFC 300. I won some money because of Paige, and not big money, but I made money. So
you and her picks, man.
Yeah, no, she's great at it. I can't take credit because I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone. So
she went 5 out of 5.
Yeah. So I mean, what about you?
Pretty much. Yeah, I got to watch UFC. Got to visit my brother-in-law. He had a small motorcycle accident. He's okay. Couple broken ribs and a restructured knee now. Or he got some screws into his knee. He's
it's
fine.
Crazy.
So thank God for that.
Yeah. My coworker, who's a sales guy, crashed on the highway and on his motorcycle, and he totally blew out his arm. Like he's in a full-on sling cast.
Oh God, yeah.
Now, so if you're riding your motorcycle out there, be careful. Stay safe.
Well, it's usually not the motorcycles.
It's
usually if you're driving, please make sure you're watching for motorcycles. They're our friends as well. All right, in this live episode of 3 Up and 3 Down, the Cubs are 500 so far in the West Coast trip. They continue to play the Arizona Diamondbacks in a little bit. The Sox are to the worst start in franchise history. It is disgusting. Report card time for the Bulls and Blackhawks, and we also have some breaking news with the Chicago Sky. We'll get to that a little later. We got Stirring the Pot and much, much more. But let's get into some baseball with 3 Up and 3 Down.
I think I'll perplex him with my slow ball.
All right, Stevie B, what are the Cubs doing? They were just out with the Mariners in Seattle and played the Dodgers and the Padres. So they've been out there, right. And they've been doing good. I don't think they've played to the potential, but I've said pitching is going to harm this team because they don't have the pitching that they need to be a contender.
And I'll clarify with pitching, I generally mean bullpen. Middle, I would say. I think the starters are, figuring it out. But it's up and down, right? They gave up a 8-run lead to San Diego, and they lost in the 9th. And of course, Big Z, go ahead and if you follow him on Instagram, posted that. And I saw it. I didn't make a comment. I was like, that's fair.
You had no comment.
I had no comment. That was a pitch that, of course, he should have swung at. And, of course, you're pitching to a guy that hits home runs. And he hit a home run, and they won. But it's hard. It's rough. And, again, I think they took 1 out of 3 for that series. I know with the Mariners, they took 2 out of 3. But because they took 2 out of 3, you got to have, Michael Busch. He was one of the big contenders of that series. This guy's a stud right now.
He's hot.
He's hitting.
Yeah,
he has 5 home runs in the last 5 games or so.
Yeah, this week.
And he's
yeah,
extending his home run streak, which is great. But, the MLB gods will be like, hey, enjoy this while you have it. Have a good time. But then you're going to get more data. You're going to get more pitches. And then you might go, and it sucks. And I don't want no one to go into a slump. But pitchers eventually figure you out. And then there's something where you have to change your stance. You got to change the way how you look at pitches differently. I think, as a rookie, who he is, he's first year in the big leagues, trade from the Dodgers. Thank you, Dodgers. So, but hopefully he continues this hot streak. I mean, everyone cools off. Cody's, being Cody, Swanson is, being Swanson here and there. And I think everyone contributes equally enough where they could still be scrappy team and still win. I mean, they're not as scrappy as last year, but I mean, they're pretty.
It's early.
There.
It's early. We're like 17 games, 18 games into the season. It's different. It's different. Like you have some new faces in there. Your pitching staff again. You're missing 2 starters, which is going to hurt your rotation. Hendricks is not the Hendricks of old, so that's also going to hurt you. We just need these young guys to step up for you. Again, I've said it since the offseason. You got to get pitching. You could have gotten Bauer for league minimum. We talked about that. Right. You could have called the White Sox and made a trade. I mean, we get some young pitching, that you can use right now because you're in a winning window. We're not. We're definitely not in a winning window. So you might as well pick the bones of the White Sox and say, hey, we'll give you these 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds from our farm system. We'll give you 4 of these for one of them. And
go ahead.
No, I just feel right now that the Cubs should be making phone calls to supplement that pitching staff because as much as you're getting taxed on that bullpen, the bullpen is what wins World Series. And if you're taxing your bullpen so early in the season, it's going to hurt you and kick you in the butt or in the nads in August and September when you really need to make that playoff push. And speaking getting kicked in the nads, Seiya Suzuki's on a 10-day injured list. He has 3 home runs, 13 ribbies, and was diagnosed with the right oblique strain, which he suffered on Sunday's win over Seattle.
Yeah, and he was doing really well too. It's not something that I'm excited to hear, but because then he's going to come back, and then when he comes back, he's going to figure out his swing, and it's not like when you come off of spring training, you got to fight your way back into it, and
it's a bleacher that those linger,
right? So of course, be precautionary about it, and watch over it and see how it goes. But I mean, I would like to see him when he comes back, maybe take one game, rest, another game, see how he is before making him play 3 or 6 games in a row. Same thing when it goes to fielding because, you're running. He's a defender. He runs after the ball.
I mean, you could start him at DH for a little bit and see how it goes. Give him, like you said, a day on, day off until he feels like 100%, especially because in your outfield, you're putting a lot of torque when you're switching sides and turning around to catch balls. But he was doing well. It was 3 home runs, 13 ribbies. The Cubs made a corresponding move, calling up Alexander Canario from AAA Iowa. Canario made his MLB debut last season with the Cubs. He had 5 hits and 17 at-bats. I mean, you're giving a kid a shot, see what he can do. You're going to fill in the spot for 10 days, and we'll see what you got, kid. And right now, I really think that it's early enough where it's not going to hurt you as much, but you can always move some players around. You've got Morel that can play outfield as well. You got some pieces out there that can really move around. So I think the Cubs are going to be fine while they are playing the National League champions. I think this is going to be a good series to measure up to see where the Cubs are versus, top tier talent.
Yeah, and I have other people who are, Cincinnati fans and Brewer fans, and they're like, "Look at what you're doing." Well, hey, we've been playing like playoff caliber teams, and we haven't had like an easy schedule. if you want to
No.
say that.
No, you don't.
You're playing the Dodgers, then you play the Rangers. Okay, then you're playing San Diego, which has talent on the team. Okay,
Lots.
now the Seattle is, they're there, but but then at the same time, it's like now you got to go into Arizona, and again, they're the NL champs. So you got to see where we're at. But hopefully we don't catch any more injury bugs. But if we take 2 out of 3, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, I really think 2 out of 3 would be great. Again, I think if you come out of this West Coast trip being 500, I think that's a win, especially being down 2 starting pitchers. Now you're down one of your main cogs in Suzuki. I really think if you walk away 500 from this West Coast series, I think it'll be great. Right now, the Brewers are on top of the division with 10-4, Pirates 11-5. Who knew that the Pirates are going to come out this hot? It's really rare. The Reds are 9-6. Lots of great young talent. They just I think one more year before they put it all together. I think if they get a couple more veterans on that team, maybe they can put it together. Cubs are in tied for fourth or tied for third, and the Cardinals at the bottom at 7-9.
Yeah, which is deserved, but I don't know. I just think right now we're playing a lot of hard teams. These teams are great teams, and we'll see how it goes. When Justin Steele comes back, it's day to day. I think he still has maybe 3 more weeks or so. I know he's
it's gonna be a while.
Right. So, I don't know. It's just it sucks, but if we could still win without it, then imagine when they come back. But then there's give and take. But I like what I'm seeing. I do. I'm proud to wear my Cubs stuff. I don't know about you, but
You know what I'm wearing? I'm wearing X-Men. That's what I'm wearing.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that show.
I'm catching up on the last 3 episodes because I like the binge stuff. So we'll get into that later. We'll get into that later. But the Cubs are going to come home to home cooking right after this series against the Marlins. The Marlins, who are just as atrocious as the White Sox. They're 3-13.
Yeah,
so
if we don't sweep them, then that means we play down to our opponents, and you should never do that.
No, don't ever do that. I have horrible allergies, and apparently my Wi-Fi does too, because the Wi-Fi keeps going up and down. So if I'm blowing my noses, I'm sorry, but allergies are kicking my ass, literally kicking my ass the last 2 days with this temperature change.
Yeah. No,
All
hey.
right, so
I get it. I get allergies at the end of the year. So
get some circulation of air in here. So we look at the Cubs, and I think right now they're gonna float at around 500, a little bit over 500 for a while until they get their big boppers back in Suzuki, until all the guys get into a rotation of being able to hit on a roll together. I think the pitching will be there. I think they're gonna need a couple of arms there at the trade deadline again. If they could make some trades early and get stuff for cheaper, I think that would be the move. I don't know how much money they have without going into the luxury tax. And that's one of the main reasons I don't think they'll do it, is because if they do it early, they'll jump into the luxury tax tier 1 or tier 2, which is a lot of money. So they may be looking for a cheap replacement. So
I don't know. Well, it's still early to say. I think as soon as
it's very early, but you know what? The Cubs games are very exciting. They won that game on a pickoff the last game. Phenomenal play. So you know what? Right now, it is all about Cubs baseball. There's another team on in Chicago. I think they play. I mean, they try.
I mean, they give a little effort.
I mean, they make milkshakes there.
I'm not eating that milkshake. It's going to be stale and rotten as much as how they play, I guess.
Not even. Right now, let's talk about these lonely White Sox, man. It's bad.
when it gets to a point, when are we not going to talk about them?
We have to talk about them. There's fans on both sides, and people want to vent and talk about how bad they suck. I mean, the Bears have
we
sucked
should have
for
a
years.
caller hotline and have each White Sox fan call in and
I
vent
see
for
people,
2 minutes.
I see the numbers. People are watching. You want to chime in? You want to be part of the show? Chime in right now and give us your view of the Cubs and the White Sox. Right now, the White Sox selected the contract Triple-A from Triple Charlotte, Nick Nastrini, who's actually pitching at the moment. He's already given up 2 runs in 5 innings, which is pretty good because he's got like 5 or 6 strikeouts. So he's not doing too bad for a rookie who we got again from the Dodgers last season. So he's already been called up. He's got the bases loaded. It's not going to be good. We reinstated Spider-Man, also known as Eloy Jimenez, from the 10-day injured list. We optioned to Charlotte Justin Anderson and infielder Zach Remillard. All right, he got out of it. And transferred to the 60-day injured list. Mac Strassi, our catcher, who still hasn't played for us. Nastrini, the pitcher that's pitching for us today, is a number 3 prospect in the White Sox organization and number 8 in the MLB pipeline. So he's a good pitcher with a good future. He's going to be on our team for years to come. He's been pitching pretty good. He just got out of a bases loaded jam after 5 innings. So the future of the young kids is bright. I just do not understand the moves. They signed Tommy Pham. They signed Clevenger. I don't understand it. Getting all these old guys, we don't need them. We don't need them, and we're not going to flip them. I just don't understand it. We paid Clevenger $4 million to walk away, and then we signed him for another 6 or 7 or something like that. We're paying him a lot of money, and he's still in AAA getting ramped up.
Well, the White Sox,
like 30.
Yeah, the White Sox think the grass is always greener, but no one's coming on that side of the fence, friends. So I don't know.
I know.
It's just
it's
when are you going to a game anytime soon? Or are you just not giving them your money?
If I go, I'm going just for the giveaway, probably. I might go May 9th for WWE night, but I think those tickets are already sold out because they only had like 2,000 of those special figurines. So probably not. I'll look at something that's cool as far as a giveaway, and I'll go to that during the summer.
I mean, I like to know the attendance on a weekend game, like to know how many people are going.
I believe Friday and Saturday had a good crowd. Sunday was really bad. I don't think. I mean, looking at the TV now, the whole upper bowl is empty. They closed it off. I would say there's about at least 17 to 20,000 maybe today.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, I was gonna make a joke. There was more people stuck in traffic on the expressway than there was at the ballpark tonight.
Airport, so, at the airport, 100% there was. 100% there was. And people were rushing to get out of the cars to go somewhere rather than to go here. So
that's why you take public transportation, and you would have been just fine.
Yeah, if you take the blue line, you get into the airport. No issues.
If anything, I think people were hopping over that.
just hop over. Oh my God, the White Sox are just a hot mess from all the way up to all the way down. The owner, just sell the team. Just get rid of the team. Sell the team. You hired the wrong GM. La Russa's still in the building running things. I just don't know.
I think he's the one who's making the milkshakes, though.
What is Metamucil?
Yeah. This also goes good with Bailey's. Yeah.
Oh my God. Sorry, people. I got boogies.
And then he's just giving it to every player. Oh, have some of my special milkshake. It'll give you good luck and powers. So I don't know. There's only so much that you could keep bashing about it, but then at the same time, it's like There's not much going to change. And again, I've said it last couple episodes. It's going to be depressing. And if I go to White Sox Park,
we're way past depression. Way past depression.
I think the Great Depression had more of a positive outcome going into the future.
Wow. Wow.
Oh my God. No, wow. I mean, it's going to be like this for a while, you know,
it's going to be like, yeah, it is going to be like this for a while, just because Pedro there, we don't know if he's a good coach or a bad coach because you have crappy players on there. You had players last year who weren't doing what they were supposed to do, did not play to what the back of their baseball card says. And then this year you have a AAA team at best, a AAA team on the field. And they're going to lose over 100 games. So
this might be the year that they lose the most games.
I hope to break the record.
Do you know what the record is?
No, but I can look it. I can definitely look it up as you.
Yeah. As you so I mean, I'm curious. I'm curious to see what it is, because I can honestly think I could see it happening, and it goes to a point where if they're losing really bad, I think even the weekend games, no one's going to go to.
No, the record is the 1899 Cleveland Spires that finished 20-134. So I don't think that's going to be broken.
I don't know. There's a will, there's a way.
These guys will win at least 50
Let's make a bet. I'm feeling lucky.
All right. I put 50 games.
How much?
I said they win 50 games.
Oh, I was saying how much they're going to lose.
Oh, well, that means they would lose 110. 112.
Yeah. More. So, oh, man. Well, buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, because this is going to be a bumpy ride all summer. Jesus and you look forward to like summer, going to the guarantee rate and going to the ballpark and, eating.
I really do. I really do enjoy going there. Even if my team sucks, I still enjoy going to the ballpark, getting that walk in, get my dog with, grilled onions and some mustard.
That's the first thing you got to do. And then you get a drink.
And no ketchup, people. No ketchup on that hot dog. JC, you eat like a child.
Oh, man. That's how it got to the whole concept of last week's episode.
No. What's going to happen? No, we're going to do this. And I'm sure he's going to get in trouble again. Me and Steve are going to go to the game. Oh, and we'll take JC because he didn't get invited last time. We're going to go to the White Sox game, right? We're going to have our beer. Right. We're going to get our dog, right? And then we're not going to let him have any ketchup. We're going to sit down, enjoy that nice meal with a beer, take that nice cold sip of beer. Oh, it's going to be delicious. And then once we're done with that, about the fourth inning, we're all going to get hungry again. And we're going to go and get some chicken tendies from the White Sox, all right? And we do a compare and contrast, and we do it live. And we're going to see who has the best chicken tendies.
Right. Right. Yeah. I also want to have a picture of JC with the ketchup bell at guarantee rate.
100%. 100% he's getting that.
That's a must.
It is a must. It is a must.
He doesn't have a choice. He has to do that.
Exactly. I'm going to get him in so trouble.
Is he I was going to is he messaging right now?
No, not yet.
He said he had a prior commitment, but I don't think he actually had one.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he hasn't back, so he's probably into the softball game, quote unquote. All right. So the White Sox are playing the Royals at home right now for the 3-game series, and then they're gonna head off to the Phillies, and they'll probably lose that series too. Then they play the Twins, they'll lose that series too. Then they play Tampa, they'll lose that one. Then Twins again lose that one to the Cardinals. They'll lose that one. Tampa Bay, Cleveland. I don't see them winning any series.
Yeah. After that list of teams, I mean, the Cardinals are bad, but I don't know.
They're not White Sox
going to be welcome home. Hey, I remember this place.
Tony's going to be coaching the wrong team.
Yeah, he's going to put on the wrong uniform.
JC just chimed in. He said, I don't have to do shit.
Wow.
Oh, that is awesome.
He came
That
in
is
a little
pure
too
gold.
late, but I'm glad he came on.
Thanks for just, watching and listening, JC. That was amazing. Yeah, this White Sox team is hot garbage, and we're going to continue to talk about them week after week and just dog them like we did JC last week about his chicken tendies.
Oh man, well, if you like fun, be sure to always smash the subscribe button and get all your laughs here for free. So
That's right. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, and so I can blow my nose and get something to drink.
I didn't even pour myself a drink. I jumped right on.
Yeah, I know. You just came from the house, right?
Yeah, I came and I had to go help my grandfather with his TV, so I was like running up here. So, but yeah, no, let's take a quick break.
It's just a quick pair of pliers, right? To change the channel.
Yeah, and a little zap while I do it too, to make sure the blood's flowing correctly.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Hey, true Chicago sports fans, show off your Chicago pride with some fresh clothes from Grit Clothing Company. At Grit Clothing, they create that simple yet classic style that represents that Chicago Southside lifestyle. From t-shirts to hoodies, hats to glassware, they've got you covered. Grit has everything you need to represent your Chicago pride, so do it right now. Check out gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15.
TrueFan15.
For 15% off your entire order. Let me say it again. That's gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off of your entire order.
Hey guys, it's Steven.
And this is Sean, and you are listening to True Chicago Sports Fans.
Don't forget to listen to No War on the Weekend. New episodes on Monday. You can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, so we're going to go do a couple of shots. So let's kick it back over to Big Z.
Welcome back to True Chicago Sports Fans.
Show off your Chicago pride with some fresh clothes from Grit Clothing Company.
Whoa.
At Grit Clothing, they create that simple yet classic style that represents that Chicago.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that thing is on a loop automatically, and I forgot to take the click off. All right, so welcome back to the True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast with Big Z in the house. We got Stevie B, who's probably getting himself a nice cold one to drink. You know what? Right now, it is time to talk about our report card with our Chicago basketball teams and our hockey team over there on the Madhouse on Madison. But I wanted to break some news right now. The Chicago Sky have made their draft. The Sky owned 2 picks in the first round of the WNBA draft, and they put them to maximum effect, selecting South Carolina center Camila Cardoso and LSU forward Angel Reese. Yes, Angel Reese. The Sky used the number 3 pick also to snag Cardoso after an incredible career at South Carolina. 6'7", scored 14 points and hauled 9.7 rebounds per game. Also had 2.5 blocks per game. So you got yourself a great center that can put up some points, probably get a double-double on a nightly basis. And then we got the number 3 pick from the Phoenix Mercury and set Clea Cooper and Morgan Vertich to over there. So the Sky moved up 1 spot in a trade with the Minnesota Lynx over the weekend. With that, the number 7 pick, the team took Reese, the skilled forward who helped the Tigers to a national title in 2023 and Elite 8 this season. She averaged 18.6 points and 13.4 rebounds, another double-double machine. I mean, we got 2 really good players that are going to be on the Chicago Sky, and I know we lost Clea Cooper, who was a fan favorite for the Sky. I think that the Sky are in a good projection trajectory to actually do something in the next couple of years with this team. I mean, they're building around 2 actual good players, really good players. So I really commend the Sky on their draft. Obviously, Caitlin Clark went number 1 and went to the Indiana Fever, and then Stanford's Cameron Brink going to the Los Angeles Sparks. So, Steven, are we going to go to some Sky games this summer?
I would go. I've never been to one. I'd like to get a jersey, maybe some merch, support.
Yeah, definitely support them. I went to a lot of games. You know what?
I know Travis and his wife are big Sky fans.
Yeah, it's a good atmosphere. It's a small,
yeah.
It's cool.
And then I'll tell them to come and make it an outing. And tell JC. Make sure to tell JC.
Yeah, I gotta invite JC.
Gotta
make sure you invite JC. And
everywhere
then
you go.
Try the chicken tenders. And we'll have him try the chicken tenders there.
And there you go. That's what his gonna be thing. He's gonna be like the guy that eats chicken fingers, and everyone's gonna buy him fingers. So,
we'll change his name to JC Chicken Fingers.
There you go. Yeah, and he's got to go like this before he does it, because it's 5 fingers, chicken fingers. Oh man. Speaking of JC, I don't know if he's watching right now, but we talk about having margaritas. Well, I got Chi-Chi's margaritas right here. It's a really small.
Oh boy, hey man.
So
keep those in your shirt, man.
I don't know why it's called Chi-Chi's, but you know, CHICHIS. If I'm saying it right. Add a little bit of ice, and it looks like Mountain Dew, so I could probably get away with that at work if I wanted to. So
you just said it out loud, so I don't know if you want to do that.
Or allegedly, I can. But no, I'm pumped. I'm always for basketball, and I'll be down to go. Where do they play at?
Wintrust. The Wintrust Arena right there, McCormick.
Oh. Yeah. My bad. You look like you got a sneeze. Yeah. And he sneezed. Man.
Yeah, I really have really, really bad allergies at the moment.
Are you sure you're not allergic to dogs?
I am not allergic to dogs. This is literally just happened the last 2 days.
Maybe you should dust a little bit more.
I did. It cleaned everything, man. All right. Let's keep it moving, because this will probably be a short episode with my allergies.
Last week or a couple weeks ago, you were sick, and now allergies. Man, get it together.
Yeah, I can't get it together. Can't catch a break. Did you watch the last Bulls game?
I did. And we're talking about the Knicks, right?
Yeah, the Knicks game. Which we went into overtime. What you think of that?
Well, they were down by 20, I believe. Well, yeah, they were down. And it was nice to see them come back up. I thought it was really cool that they came as a team. They fought back. They played scrappy. And, they did all that great stuff. The team looked good. DeRozan played 44 minutes. That guy, him and Kobe White, they never take breaks. They play a full game sometime. 43 minutes for Kobe White, 44 for DeMar. 30-point game, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. He's king of the fourth quarter. Jalen Green. No, it's not Jalen Green, but Green in general plays really good defense, has a lot of shots. He does really well. Kobe White, 26 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, 43 minutes, stud. Alex Caruso, 41 minutes, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 15 points. But Caruso did his best. Okay, he had to guard Brunson. And
Brunson.
Caruso is a great defender. But to see him kind of get a little frazzled guarding Brunson, because Brunson he's a great player too. They're both great players. But just to see him not dominate for once, because he's so dominant at his skill of playing defense, knowing the defense, knowing how to read screens. You could say that he's a great defender. He is a great defender, but it was interesting to see that point of how he was going to guard him. I would like to see more from Craig. He got 2 points, 17 minutes, and Javon Carter, he didn't score at all, but he had 2 assists, 1 rebound. These guys who are great, talented players, they're passing the ball and doing what they need to do, block, screen. But it would have been nice if, they had some action in there. Nico, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, and 29 points. You can't argue with him, Kobe, and DeMar. all being close to 30. I mean, that's just great effort. And that's a big three if you're always putting up those points every single night and playing solid defense.
That's in overtime. So to your points, Alex Caruso is a beast. He's gonna win, Defensive Player of the Year, hopefully. But the problem is that you're playing one of the MVP candidates, right? Because he's going to get some votes. Jalen Brunson will get some votes for MVP. Will he win? No, he's definitely not going to win. But he will get some votes, which that's notoriety right there. He literally bet on himself, and he's a superstar in New York. He put up 40 points. Again, it is the Bulls. We don't play pretty good defense. But at the same time, it went down to the wire. It cost me some money, of course, because, in overtime, I was like, oh,
right?
Well, yeah. So she's like, come on, bet on the Bulls. And they were plus 900 when he told me to do it. And I was like, no, I don't think so. And I should have done it then and then cashed out.
Right.
But, thanks, Serge. DeRozan, he missed that last shot. He had a double team late, had to make the adjustment. That happens. Superstars are going to miss the shot, but that's the guy who won't take a shot. So I'm not mad at that. Javonte Green has been doing what Javonte Green does. He's going to give you maximum effort. He's a bustle player, hard hat, punch pail. Right. That's Javonte Green. Yeah, Vucevic, I like that he had almost 30 points. I'm glad that he had almost 11 rebounds, but I need you to stay away from the 3-point line, man. I need you going down there and down. It just do not like that he's not getting more rebounds as big as he is. Kobe White doing the Kobe White thing. I know he's playing, point a lot and shooting guard at the same time. That just should not be the case next year when they get Lonzo back. Caruso coming off the bench, hitting a couple clutch threes. Great. Love that. Heart muscle. Again, I think this team is going to be okay next year. I don't see them being a contender. Even if they get everybody back, they're not a contender. When your bench is not scoring, Dalen Terry, who's supposed to be the next coming, 6 points, 7 rebounds. He should have scored more. Torrey Craig and Javon Carter, who we hired to be our outside shooters.
Right.
2 points combined.
Yeah. That's what I said. I'm like, I'd like to see them with more.
Unacceptable. Just completely unacceptable for two guys that we signed in the offseason to be our outside presence, to open up the floor for DeMar and for Kobe and Zach. It's just not working. You've got to spend some money on some guys that can shoot from the outside consistently. And I know as much as like everyone's gonna on my comment right now, but they could have went after Grayson. What's his name?
Allen.
Grayson Allen. He just got a $70 million extension from the Phoenix Suns. He's that AJ Przinsky guy. You hate him when he's out on the other team because he's a little dirty. Well, he's a lot dirty. But he can shoot the ball.
He definitely can.
So why wouldn't you want him on your team?
I hear you. I absolutely hear you. I don't know. I would have to talk with Alex if I was a GM and be like, hey, we're going to get this guy. You know who he is. He broke your wrist. Pippen
and Rodman fixed that whole relationship. So if those two big old egos can fix it, I think these two guys can fix it.
No, and that's very fair. But I would have to talk to Alex or like a couple of the players that have maybe some beef with him. But
100%.
Other than that, I would take him on the team. He's just as good as JJ Redick in that position.
Again, it works because they spread the floor because you have an inside presence in KD and you have slashers in Booker, right? So you have people driving to the basket and people that can play underneath the basket. And you also got Nurkic. Again, that leaves Grayson Allen wide open for a three. I mean, that's exactly what you're supposed. That's the NBA right now, the inside out. You go inside, penetrate, and out.
I will say this: the Bulls do really well when they pass it in the paint and they do a cut and it's an easy layup or a dunk.
They don't. That's the problem. They don't
do it. Yeah, they don't do it. But when they do it, it's easy buckets every single time, and they're just cutting it in, and then they're just scoring very easily. And, some nights the threes aren't always working. So you got to switch it up, do a different kind of play.
No. All right. So let's wrap up the Bulls with some grades. And, I'm going to give you stats and then you give me a grade.
Okay.
Offensive rating. NBA rank 19th. What grade did you give that?
D or D minus or an F?
I'm gonna go with D. Remember, you don't have Levine, you don't have Pat Will, Kobe White. Obviously posting great numbers.
Yeah.
The Sumo was inconsistent, but the Rosen and Vucic are there. Like you should be able to score. I would give them a D. Definitely a D. Defensive rating, NBA ranked 22nd in defense. So they
that's
drop
an
off.
F. That's an F.
That 100%. I agree with you. That is an F.
That's an F.
If you can't play defense in the NBA, you are not going to be a contender. All right, defense. I'm all about the Tom Thibodeau school of defense. Defense turning into offense. Same thing with Phil Jackson. They focused a lot on that. Especially when you hear Stacey King saying there's 5 Carusos out there. So that's the type of energy that you need. Guys playing hard defense and being able to turn it into offense.
Right.
All right, so we agree with that F there. 3-point makes attempts tied for 26th.
I'd still give that an F.
I agree with you. You give that an F as well because they tried to address it on the cheap side by getting Craig and Craig and Carter. But they've been very disappointing. And Kobe White, while he can get really hot, I don't think that that's sustainable. He's not that type of player. All right, turnovers and then offensive rebounds. Turnovers, they rank 3rd. So they're in a high side, right? So forcing turnovers.
That's an F. Absolutely an F. You can't keep turning the ball over because then you're losing points. You're losing possession. Can't do that. You got to protect your baby.
Yeah, definitely. So turnovers, they rank 3rd. So that's definitely an area of focus. That's definitely an F. And offensive rebounds, they're 8th. They jumped from 28th to 8th in offensive rebounds. And I'm going to tell you who did that. All by himself.
I know who.
Andre freaking Drummond.
Yep.
Because he had 25 rebound games. I mean, the guy was a beast. So as far as offensive rebound, I'm going to give that a C+ just because it was one guy. Vucevic is so...
I could do that too.
Yeah, Vucevic is so inconsistent on his rebounding game. Like, if there's a big, he won't show up. It's Giannis, he won't show up. So, yeah, it's definitely, definitely a C. All right, clutch victories. They rank number 1. If you don't know what a clutch victory is, these games are defined by being within 5 points and 5 minutes to play or less.
Yeah, and who's to thank for that?
DeMar DeRozan.
Right. He did say he wants to be here and he wants to stay here, which is a good sign. But is Jerry Reinsdorf's son going to keep him here and pay him what he wants? Absolutely not.
No.
So if you're looking at having any merch from DeMar, be sure to dispose of it as soon as possible. Sell it at Goodwill while you can, because he's a great talent. And, I would say he's been a great player. He plays for the team. He plays for heart. He's a stud in the 4th quarter. He lets the guys grow. He develops them, coaches them. He's a great guy to have in the actual, on the floor, as a mentor, as someone who's, inside the house. He's probably a great friend. He has his podcast. He talks about mental health. I think overall this guy's a nice guy. He's very caring. But you're going to lose a presence in the locker room if you don't, sign him. But at the same time, it's like, are you going to pay him? And also, he doesn't have to do that much work if, Zach, not Zach. Well, Zach comes back, of course.
Yeah.
And Lonzo Ball comes back. They don't have to put all the pressure on him, but then it's fighting who's going to be that fourth quarter person who shoots that shot. And that's where the issues come from. And it's like, no, you take the ball. No, you take it. Or it's like, no, it's my team. It's my ball. I'm not sharing. So I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Let's before we wrap that up, the Chicago Bulls will play the Atlanta Hawks in play-in game.
Are you going to watch it?
Of course I'm going to watch it. 9:30 on a Wednesday. The Hawks and Bulls matchup is set to be a pretty good matchup. I still see the Hawks coming out on top.
It comes down to who wants it more. In my eyes. But, we'll see. I think they have a chance of winning. Am I going to bet on it? I don't know. Should I? No. Will I? Maybe. Yeah, probably.
All right, really quick. Let's switch over to the Blackhawks. Their rookie yesterday, Frank Nazar, on his first shot on NHL debut with the Blackhawks scores. Did you watch that game? I got to watch a little bit of that game.
I got to watch a little bit of it as well. Sunday was the last home game at the Madhouse. And I'm looking forward to going back next season to another game. I only went to one this year. I tried to go to more, but, economy. So, yeah. But other than that, I mean, it's still a fun team to watch when everyone was healthy. I think, there's a lot of upside. We're going to see how the draft goes, who we're going to get. The future is bright for a Blackhawks fan. I think you can't really see you could see a great end of the tunnel and the grass is greener. Like you see what they're going to do, who they have in the locker room. They got these leaders, these veterans to groom and mentor. And then Connor Bedard's going to be 19 years old next season. He got a couple hits, but when you have your veterans watching and protecting this guy on the field and, respecting his game, but also like, hey, that's my little brother kind of thing. That's something that shows like how everyone treats everyone in that locker room, and they all go out there to win as a team. And it takes time. Losing's not fun, but to still not give up on games. I mean, yesterday they lost 4-2 to the Hurricanes. Predators they're a good team, right? The 5-1. The Wild is a great team. They lost 4-0 on the 7th of April, and April 10th they lost to the Blues 5-2. I mean, they're not getting blown out. I mean, if they're not scoring any goals, that's an issue. But I think everyone rallies. Connor's doing his thing, and everyone is contributing. But it'd be nice to see.
Connor needs a Bufflin on the team, someone to protect him. He needs an enforcer, so that should be addressed. I think they need maybe another winger to supplement supplement the offense. I know we're scoring, but we're also not stopping. And I think the emphasis of while the first pick should be the best offensive player, I really think after that they should do a lot of supplementing, whether it is through the draft or through free agency, and shrink up that defense. Because this goalie that we have, I don't know if he's good or not, because if he's getting shot at 50 times a game, and he's stopping everything but 5, that's a good percentage, but you're losing a game, right?
Right.
So that leads us to Blackhawks having the second worst record in the NHL, second best odds of landing the number 1 pick because it's still a lottery in the NHL.
And I do love that aspect of it. I like that. Yeah. I do love that about it. And maybe we get lucky again, and maybe we get the first round pick.
Yeah, fingers crossed. They can draft no lower than 4th this June.
Yep, finger crossed.
Yeah, toes and everything.
Yep.
They also earned Tampa's first round pick from the Brandon Hagel trade. So Chicago has 3 picks. It also has 3 picks in the second round and 2 in the third. So we've got a lot of draft picks, and the Blackhawks are really good about drafting players. So I'm excited to see there. So offense, I'll give them a D plus because it was just literally one player. I think, being able to control the puck, another D. Defense is an F. And I think for goalie, I'm going to give it an incomplete.
Yeah, I mean, for offense, I think everyone did score. I know Connor was there and he did his thing and he scored a lot of goals this season, ton of goals. But I'm going to give it a C, because it's not all, it wasn't all him. And again, with goalies, if you're taking 50 shots every single night and there's no defense, again, that's an incomplete, but I'm not going to judge you on that because of course you're going to let things squeeze by. So, and then with defense, I'm just going to give it a D for defense on that one. So
D for defense. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a comment here. Oh, look at that. We got David Burns watching from Cedar Hill, Texas. Welcome, David. Appreciate the watch. Appreciate the support, brother. Thanks for chiming in.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thanks, David. I mean, I really think right now with the Blackhawks, it's the arrow's tending up, right? Not like guarantee rate in the White Sox where it's going down, down, down.
Yeah.
Well, the White Sox are still losing 2-0. I'm excited for the Blackhawks. I'm excited for the Chicago Sky. I'm excited what the Cubs are going to do. And yet we're still, and Bears, obviously, because we have the draft in 10 days from today's episode. 10 days. And
yep.
JC will be back to cover all of this. And I'll try to get some more football nerds on the show. And I mean that in the most complimentary way. I'm excited for those teams. It's the Jerry Reinsdorf's teams that I'm not excited for.
It's hard to love it because you don't know what to expect.
But you love your Bulls. You love your White Sox.
I do.
I love my White Sox. I know you love the Bulls. But it's so frustrating. It is so frustrating.
Yeah.
This team is going to be exactly in the same spot next year. Because I guarantee you either Levine or Ball or Kobe will be hurt for a long period of time because there's no Paul, no DeMar DeRozan, right? They're not going to supplement the shooting. They're going to be in the same spot all over. And let's say they blow it up, and now we're back to rebuilding again for the 45th time.
That'd be two teams that Jerry owned. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That they're both rebuilding. So
and he's crying poor.
Yeah. Can I have some more money, sir? Yeah. I'm excited. I hope the guys come back healthy, and I like to see Lonzo come back, play. Maybe he, has a Cody Bellinger kind of moment and just balls to the wall, does really great. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and we trade him.
Probably. That's usually what happens.
Yeah. That'd be the great thing to do. All right. Steve, let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back with Stirring the Pot. I got a good one for you. So we'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
I'm so nervous.
Hey, true Chicago sports fans, show off your Chicago pride with some fresh clothes from Grit Clothing Company. At Grit Clothing, they create that simple yet classic style that represents that Chicago Southside lifestyle. From t-shirts to hoodies, hats to glassware, they've got you covered. Grit has everything you need to represent your Chicago pride. So do it right now. Check out gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15.
TrueFan15.
For 15% off your entire order. Let me say it again. That's gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off of your entire order.
What up? It's Martin Moreno, and you are listening to True Chicago Sports Fans Podcast.
Thanks, Martin. Welcome back to the True Chicago Sports Fans Podcast with Big Z. We got Steve B in the house from the No Water on the Weekend podcast. And, it's about that time where we do the Stirring the Pot. Are you ready?
Yes, we do.
There it is. There it is. Stirring the Pot. All right. If you're ready, I'm ready. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to stir the pot. All right. This week, I found something, obviously, on the internet. and Oreos came out with a new flavor.
Oh,
and
yeah.
this flavor, it is dear to my heart, but I don't know how good it's going to taste. It is the churro Oreos.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I
Did you
think
buy
I'm going to
them?
get one of those. No, not yet. I just saw them on the internet, and it's something I might want to try. Would you try a churro Oreo?
I would try it, but if they were sampling them, I don't think I'd go out of my way and buy them.
Yeah, I think if they came in a small package, that small Oreo package of like 8 cookies, that'll be the thing to do. I don't think I want to buy a whole package of those.
So I did that with
really sweet.
Yeah, I think they'll be really sweet too. But I bought the Oreos with the moon, the rockets, and they have Pop Rocks in them.
Yeah.
After a couple of them, it's like I'm tired of the Pop Rocks, and then it's like, okay, I'm done.
Who can be tired of Pop Rocks? Pop Rocks rock.
No, they do, but it's like takeoff, and you have a pop in your mouth, I guess, and it's just, I don't know. It's not for me. So it's not for me, but hey, I
mean, with those, I guess you have to have milk because it's so sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a good old classic, original or double stuff. I did like the vanilla ones for a while, but now it's
I do like the vanilla ones.
Yeah. So
I don't know why
I don't know.
would
You're just gonna buy them and eat them, and
I'll probably eat a couple and then I'll just give them to my students.
There you go.
Yeah, they love sugar, so there we go. All right, I think my allergies are calling my name, man. I got to take another pill, more Flonase or something. I don't know.
You should get that nasal spray that also helps with allergies.
Yeah, that's Flonase. That's what I have. Maybe we'll get Flonase to be a sponsor.
Yeah, you need it.
Yeah, and whatever allergy pill. Yeah, so I'm gonna hit them up. I need sponsors. All right, excuse me. Thanks for coming on, and it was a great time, man. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
So everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you to our new listeners out there. All right, y'all. That's it for today. Thanks for listening. A big thank you to our sponsor, 606 Media, True Chicago Sports Fans, and Grit Clothing Company. Don't forget to go to gritclothingco.com and get your official TCSF podcast t-shirt. Search for keyword True Chicago and use our promo code TrueFan15 at the checkout for 15% off your entire order. That is TrueFan15. Get your shirts now. Stevie B, tell them about your podcast.
Yeah, so nowhere on the weekend. We did an episode last week, Wednesday. Oh, God, Thursday was brutal. The following day, we had Matt Mitrick, we had Angie and Sean and myself, and they didn't leave till 2:30. When it comes to Thursday morning, I was tired. I didn't even go bowling, actually. So I was like, no, you know what? Not going to happen, but we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll cut it up or we'll listen to it, or maybe we'll just take a breather for that episode. I don't know. It got really weird. So
it got really weird. Leave it up there.
No, it got really weird. But yeah, so me and passionate about Marvel and stuff like that. I'm not sure if Sean uploaded it yet. He is not here. He's in Las Vegas for work, and then Wednesday is his birthday, and then he's there with his friends in Las Vegas, and Angie's going to be there, and they're going to be celebrating there. So
nice.
I'm not going because inflation. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, this week's going to be fun. Trivia, drinking shots, taking shots at each other too. So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be fun. Have a drink with me,
I will have a drink with you.
So
I just dropped the latest episode of Impossicated out on YouTube at the moment. I got to interview Mason Perks, a professional wrestler. Right now he's going through the indies. He's a champion in a couple of wrestling companies. He just won a championship this weekend and in Michigan. So it was a great time to drop that episode. Lots of fun times, lots of nerding out about wrestling. Actually, we talked a lot of psychology. We talked about not so many high spots and so forth to get the crowd going. But it was a really good interview. I'll have them back at the end of the summer. Again, I've already booked them. It is a great time. Yes, exactly. You got to hype up the crowd.
Hype the crowd.
I watched that on YouTube. I'll upload the audio today as well for my Spotify and iTunes listeners. So that'll be up. And then look forward to every week. I'm posting them every 10 days now. New episodes. So we're in episode 5, I believe. We had Paul.
I want one every day. Okay, I'm just kidding. It's hard to do with everyone's schedule.
Yeah, it is. It is. And then, over the summer, I'll probably have Steven and I'll have Sean as well. We'll have you separately so you guys cannot cooperate against me.
No, I will just, we could talk about how I developed Noir on the weekend. And you could talk with Sean on how he got into Tascam and why he likes music so much. So. Yeah,
I mean, again, those will be great episodes where I don't have to write a script that we can be ourselves. So it'll be a great time. Yeah. Again, Intoxicated podcast with Big Z. Find that on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. Thank you to Ronesh, Panic, Serious Beats, and Custom Made for the beats we played on today audio version of the show. Check out Panic on the Beat for your mowing and merchant gear. You can check us out on social media, TCSF Pod on Twitter. You can find myself or Stevie B on TikTok. You can find us on Facebook, IG, Spotify. If you want to talk about a certain topic, a certain thing that bothers you, a certain suggestion, reach out to us. Right. Or JC's chicken tenders or his love for ketchup. Reach out to us at truechicagosportsfans@gmail.com. All right, y'all. For Stevie B, I am Big Z, and we'll see you next time for episode 191. And until then,
can't wait till 200.
That's going to be a big one. Until then, be good to each other for the love of sports.